Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Marvel at Midnight. I'm Christian from 1 Minute Critic. I really appreciate you joining and your patience. I'm starting a couple minutes late. I had some technical issues setting this all up. But thanks for all the chats you've left in the live chat leading up to the start of this stream. I really appreciate it. And if you're still here, let's get this started. If you're brand new, let me just walk you through really quickly how this all works. I will not be showing any of the episode on my channel. I want to avoid any copyright strikes, so I will be avoiding all images. But, however, if you look right here, you'll see a time code. I'm going to sync that up with what I'm watching on Disney Plus on my computer, and I'll be reacting to the episode live as it happens. Last episode was insane. We got our first taste of four different new Loki variants, and the timekeepers. What's up with that? So many questions. I'll discuss more of my theories after the episode, but feel free to jump in. Please no spoilers in the chat. A lot of us are just starting this for the first time right now, and if you've already watched it and you're coming in now, please avoid dumping any spoilers into the chat. Now, with that being said, let's get this started. I'm so excited. All right, let's do this. Start with a little recap. All the different Lokis. And they totally hinted at it in the first few episodes. Oh, when they pruned Mobius, that was heart-wrenching, but he's probably still alive. Unless for some reason they're only keeping Loki alive and everyone else really dies. Who knows? We'll see. I suspect everyone's still alive that gets pruned, though. Oh, when Loki got pruned, that was so devastating until we got that post-credit scene. Here we go. The Lokis. Here we go. Recap over. Let's get right into this. I have a few theories of who I think the villain is. I don't think it's Kang. Especially after what we saw last episode. I kind of have a feeling that the main villain behind the TVA is another Loki variant. Kind of makes sense if you think about it. I don't know. We'll see. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning more towards a Loki than I am Kang. Alright, here we go. Let me know who you think the villain is in the live chat. Love to see your thoughts. Going right to the timekeeper door. Here we go. Those animatronic looking dummies on the wall. Oh, to the severed head. That's awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, now we're going right to that ruined city where Loki went. Look at that. All the buildings toppled. That is so cool. Oh, look at that smoke. That storm. Here we go. Right with the Lokis. Ooh, this is the Void. Oh, it's a giant smoke monster. And he said, where it's lunch. Dude, so they get sent to that realm where they're devoured. That's cool. Oh, man. So Renslayer doesn't even know who's behind it, or so she says. Hey, I did start. 5 minutes in if you look at the timer, my man. So everyone that's pruned is sent to the void, which is at the very end of the timeline. That's interesting. And there's that giant smoke beast that devours them. Look at that, UFOs, pirate ships. Dude, that's cool. It's like a flying saucer crashed in the ground. Whoa, what are those? Eliath. Is that Kid Loki's got a toaster in his backpack? That's amazing. Watching all the Lokis fight is pretty funny. They're bickering. And we have confirmation the alligator is in fact a version of Loki, not just a alligator with a hat. Oh, snap. So Kid Loki's the most... They said Kid Loki, this is his kingdom, and he's like, well, what was your Nexus event? I killed Thor. Ooh. Kid Loki murderous. That helicopter says Thanos on it. That's weird. Dude, this is so weird. I love it. Lunch trays. Thor's hammer's just in there. There's a little Thor stuck in a jar. What the crap? What was that? Dude, there's gonna be some weird stuff here. What? No, Loki's not dead. He was teleported to this place called the Void. The Void spacecraft. I don't trust this judge. She was just stalling. Yeah, that's accurate. Loki from New York is alive. That's who we're following here. Loki from Infinity War is dead. You are correct. And Sylvie just pruned herself. Roxy Wine. Huh. Dude, watching the Lokis fight is so funny. Hmm. Interesting. Icy juice boxes. There's no confirmation that Kang's even in this, so that's all theory. I don't know what's gonna happen. They all just laughed at his plan. Loki meet Loki. Well, we just met the vote for Loki, Loki. Where did she end up? Oh, she's in like a nest. Is that a nest? These look like eggs. Oh, crap. Eliath. Whoa, she's... She's not in New York. She's in San Francisco, so this is kind of far away. Who's in this car? A pizza car. Skinny's Pizza. Alright, who is it? Yes! It's Mobius. Yes. Oh, wait, no, it's not San Francisco. I mean, there's like the Sphinx. He's a Loki. That Loki just got his hand bit off by alligator Loki. That is funny. This is so crazy. The question is, are all these other guys other Lokis? No. Are they? No. Dude, awesome. Classic Loki's making all these holograms of himself. So boastful Loki betrayed him. He was bad. Eliath. Sorry about that. Pizza car is hilarious. The alligator Loki's just constantly talking. The USS Eldridge. Ooh.
Me. Dude, who's behind the TVA? I'm dying here. I want to know. Leave us. Who's in the room with her? Let's see here. Here we go. We're going to totally find out. Oh, it's a prison. B15's in there. Yes, I'm watching Loki right now. That's what this time code is. I'm that much into the show. Nice. You only want it, but Lady Loki needs it. Okay, so Renslayer really doesn't know who's behind the TVA. She just said, I need to, whoever created this place, I need to find them. Dude, that's wild.
Dude, this episode is crazy. Look at Loki putting the moves on. Oh, smooth. Put the blanket around him and Sylvie. Loki snuggles. Oh, ooh, Loki putting on the moves. What are those things? Those things are so weird. So that's a tank. Dude, this isn't the end, is it? Not yet. I'm getting close. Oh, there's Thanos' ship. Martin Ramirez, what's up? Look at Kid Loki giving him a sword or a dagger. Conjured a holster, that's awesome. Yeah, Mobius. Awesome. Oh, dude. They're gonna leave us hanging here, totally. Oh, what is that? It's like a giant statue head. Oh, there's a helicarrier there. Wow. It's kind of crazy. He's gonna cause the distraction. Go, Loki. Awesome. Dude. Oh no. Oh no, it's going after Sylvie. What? Yeah, dude. Look at old Loki. Dope. He just recreated Asgard. Epic. Dude. Classic Loki with the victory, man. Haha, you got tricked, Elias. Oh, this is so cool. Oh no, classic Loki. He sacrificed himself for the greater good. Dude, awesome. There's his helmet. Man, old Loki with the, like, big time assist. Now they just got to enchant it. Oh, she did. Oh. Okay. Now what? Now what? What? There's like a castle. Question is, who lives there? Oh my gosh. Dude, R.I.P. Classic Loki. He's the GOAT, man. That was awesome what he did. Glorious purpose. That was epic. Do we have a credit scene? Do we have a credit scene? Man, that was really cool. So we learned they got sent to the void. Everyone who gets pruned by the TVA gets sent to the void, which is at the end of time, a place that can affect the timeline. And in the void is this big thing called the Eliath, basically, that consumes everything and anything that comes to the void. But the Lokis, several of the Loki variants have managed to survive and evade this Eliath thing and made like a little kingdom for themselves, including, Kid Loki, Classic Loki, Boastful Loki, and then the other Vote for Loki and his little group of henchmen. And, God, I can't get over that last Classic Loki scene. Glorious purpose. That was so good. I know, we need jet skis, dude. We need jet skis. I'm watching just in case there's post credits, but I don't think there is. There's no mid credits. Yeah, ugh. Okay, here we go. I'm almost through the credits, guys. Now we can chat all this wonderful goodness. Yeah, there's nothing. Darn it. Oh well. Okay. let's get into what we just saw. Let's talk about stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We have so much fun on my channel doing these live streams. Also, let's get the live chat going. I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. We got a return customer, Anika Prakash. If I can get it to show up. Oops, sorry. I don't know why I got that other Loki thing there. The old Loki is so much OP. Imagine him fighting Thor. Yeah. So old Loki's story was really cool. Like, he basically had the same timeline as the Loki we came to know up to Infinity War. But instead of up to that point where he confronted Thanos, instead of confronting him, he hid. And he drifted off into space and lived by himself on a planet until he grew old. And the TVA caught up to him and pruned him, and he ended up here in the void. And, he's a lot older than the other Lokis. But the thing that was so great, clearly he was a master of projection, sending the hologram projections everywhere. Because he totally saved the day by projecting the full Asgard on the ground to distract the Alioth. And dude, when he has his arms up in the air and he's like, glorious purpose, that was so great. Because you remember him talking about how he regretted becoming a hermit for all those years and not helping his brother and not doing his own thing. So he kind of got to redeem himself in that moment. That was so great. And he died, sadly, but it was for a glorious purpose, as he says. Domino Masked, my fan has been serviced. Yes, that was really great. I love that they got to shine. They have their moments to shine. Each of the Lokis did, even Alligator Loki, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's pretty funny. R.I.P. Classic Loki. Yes, I'm sure he's gonna be what everyone's talking about on Twitter, and that moment of sacrifice was so iconic, so great. I don't know who you're talking about. He knew too much. I'm not sure what you mean by that. He was so powerful for current MCU. Well, if you remember, I think you might be talking about Classic Loki, because they were like, Loki was like, I can't do this, or she's like, how is he doing that? And our Loki, our variant, says, I think we're stronger than we think, which must be the case. And he actually proved right after that they are, because he helped Sylvie enchant the Alioth, which was really cool. And then when the smoke parted, we saw that castle, which, that opens so many questions. That opens so many questions, like who is in there? I mean, I still kind of suspect that another Loki variant is behind all of this, but maybe not. I don't think that's Kang. I really don't think that's Kang. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. I just don't know. And that castle was kind of looked like it was on the edge of a space spectrum, and there was all these weird glowing lights, and it was a very cool looking castle. Yeah, exactly. You say a variant of Loki, maybe the villain won't be living in a castle. He also gave a Doctor Doom kind of feeling. Yeah. Caven said Thor would still whoop that Loki. I don't know, man. Hey, Kid Loki killed Thor, so we just don't know. Yeah, that was really funny. When they were climbing down into their bunker, first you see Mjolnir buried right below the hatch, and then the strangest part was right next to it was a jar, a glass jar with what looked like a mini Thor jumping in, trying to get out. So random. But hey, we got an alligator Loki, so random is what it's all about. I absolutely love it. Yes, that was a huge moment, and I really think that's probably going to be the pivotal moment of Loki no longer being a villain, or uh, becoming he's not necessarily a hero, but basically admitting his wrongdoings. He told Sylvie that he betrayed everyone he loved, but he knew he was doing it, and he knew why he was doing it. He never purposely betrayed his mom. You're right, but because of his other betrayals, she ended up dying. But he promised Sylvie, man, he's really got a thing for Sylvie, and this is getting really cool and interesting. I like the dynamic they have together. So freaking good, man. And I missed what you said there at the bottom. And maybe a frog Thor. I have to go back. I'm going to go back right now, in fact, and look and see. Was that a frog Thor in the jar? If it was, that is amazing. Let's see. I'm scanning back here. I'm going to take a screen grab so I can show you guys. Let's see. Let's see. Going back. Almost there. Come on, come on, come on. Man, yeah, here we go. It's right at the beginning. It is Frog Thor. Is it? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I gotta break this down. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I don't think a screen grab is going to do it justice. I don't know. It could be, but also maybe not. But it's definitely some sort of Thor. Whether it's like a mini Thor that's been shrunken down. Gosh, I almost want to try to grab a GIF of this so we can look at it. All right, let's see here. Bear with me. I'm going to try to grab a GIF so we can look at this together. Because I'm not going to show what's on the screen. I'll get... Here we go. That was a good eye on that frog stuff. I had no idea. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. You guys have to tell me what you think. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm working as we... Yeah, this is like you're saying here. Alright, here we go. Let me just save this. Save as... I hope my computer doesn't crash while I'm trying to do this. Frog Thor. Saves a GIF. Oh my gosh. All right, back to the comments. It's interesting that he admitted to betrayal. He did that one. Here we go. This was a good glimpse about the madness the multiverse would cause. Oh my gosh, dude. If Spider-Man No Way From Home, Long Way From, whatever. No Way Home, sorry. Spider-Man No Way Home has anything like this on the level, dude, mind-blowing. DSG says, yeah, Throg was in a jar. Also awesome shot from the castle at the 1820 mark. Yeah, okay, here, let's see if I can... I'm going to add this this GIF for you guys. Let's see here. If it'll let me. Throg GIF. We'll take a look at this together. Um, yeah, I just can't. I can't wrap my head around the fact that. Let me shrink it down a little bit. See, look at this. Okay. Is that a frog? Is it a frog? I can't tell. So you got Mjolnir right there. It's got to be a Throg. It's got to be Throg. I mean, when I first saw it, I just thought it was a smaller, shrunken down version of Thor, but it makes so much sense that it's Throg. That's very, very funny. I love that. 1812 mark. Yeah, let's see here. Who remains the guy behind the curtain? Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet. I still kind of leaning towards another Loki variant, but dude, I'm so anxious to find out at this point. Domino Mask. If Morpheus survives this and gets back to Earth, he's gonna be Loki's favorite. You don't mean Morpheus, you mean Mobius. Morpheus is the Matrix. I know what you mean though. Which is arguably his yeah, dude. Loki's never hugged anybody. That was so. That was actually a pretty touching moment. And to hear Mobius say, "You're my favorite one," that was huge because clearly he's dealt with a lot of Lokis. I like how Miss Minutes is so smart that she may be manipulating everybody. It was Miss Minute all along. Hey, if she's the AI that operates the TVA, dude, she definitely could be behind the whole thing. But then the question arises, who created Miss Minutes? I don't know, man. Yes, we all felt the same way when Classic Loki bit it. But he went out the best way to go out. Glorious purpose! So good. So good. Christian says the trailer shows another Loki saying glorious, which we have not seen yet. That is my guess for the big bad. True, but you know what? Marvel's really tricky with the trailers. Remember, they are notorious for completely adding things or changing shots in trailers to throw us all off. So I wouldn't bank on anything you see in a trailer to be a fact. Let's see here. We may expect Mobius with Doctor Strange helping him with traveling. Dude, he could definitely become a huge player in the future of the MCU because he's been with the TVA and he knows all the secrets and he understands timelines and variants, and he could be a very powerful ally. And you know, who knows? I like that idea. Let's see. Let's hit up Twitter, see what everyone's freaking out about on Twitter. One of my favorite things to do here on the chat. If you guys, oh, here we got one more. Let's see. Christian says that is very true. I just don't buy Doctor Doom or Kang the Conqueror, especially when WandaVision made a point not to introduce Mom's Big Bad. Yeah, see, I don't see them introducing the big bad in one of the streaming series because even though they tie directly to the movies, I think Kevin Feige has gone on record saying that they're still making the movies so that people who haven't seen any of these series would know what's going on. So in my mind, it makes more sense that he gets introduced in one of the multiverse movies or even in Quantumania with Ant-Man. I don't see him being introduced in this. I wouldn't bet the house on it, but in my mind, it makes sense that they wouldn't introduce it wouldn't introduce the big bad in one of the streaming series. Okay. Let's take a look at excuse me, this. Yeah, everyone's thinking Miss Minutes is suspicious, man. It's absolutely hell is sus. That's so true. When Kid Loki says he killed Thor, it's like, what? What? That's so funny. Yes, here we go. The God of Outcasts. There he is doing his thing, man. Glorious purpose. So good. So good. I think we can all agree croaky. I like that in episode 5. So funny. And that Throg is just in a jar buried right below the doors. That's so funny. That is hilarious. Let's see. Christian says, hey, solid name, by the way, bro. That's my name, too. My top suspect is a Loki of some sort who founded the TVA. I don't quite know how to put it in a proper lore language, but I would bet some serious money that it isn't Kang or Doom. Yeah, I mean, the show is called Loki, and there's just been so many indicators that make it seem that Loki is behind it. The TVA is so focused on getting the Loki variants. Have you noticed that? I mean, Mobius, he's basically the Loki guy. Renslayer constantly talking about all the Lokis that cause problems. And yes, I know they're the god of mischief, and wherever they're known for creating chaos. But there's just too much focus on Lokis. And in my mind, that tells me that it is a Loki behind it all, because he knows how Lokis are. That's why in my mind it makes sense. Because, I mean, look at all the other heroes and, villains in the MCU, and we don't get much of a mention of a Captain America variant that went rogue, or, any of the other ones under the sun. It's just been basically Loki, 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 Loki the whole time. So I really, in my mind, it makes so much sense that the big bad is a Loki. That's my opinion. That's what I'm gonna stick to. Caven says, if Kang gets introduced, it would be a 2012 Thanos credit scene. Yeah, if they introduce the big bad, it'll be such a brief glimpse, and there won't be any hint towards future story. But I don't know. I don't see it coming. I don't see it coming. I feel like Miss Minutes is an odd character to leave unused, though. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe that will unfold in the next episode. I think it's the last episode of who and why she's around. Man, if the MCU can stick the landing coming off of a pandemic that made them restructure their whole release schedule and trim whole plot lines and appearances, that's just beyond bulletproof. Dude, they know what they're doing, man. They are killing it, and they're going to be just fine. I would love to see Loki take credit for it all. I liked the first Avengers. They stop him. We think it's all over, and then boom, Thanos style end credit Kang. Yeah, that could happen. I could see that. But I feel like there's been so much focus on Loki, and they keep pounding in, you're so narcissistic. You're the most narcissistic person. And if Loki's the big bad and he's narcissistic, that's why he's so focused on Loki. It was good there was no credit scene. It sets up the final Yeah, I mean, credit scenes are cool, but don't force it if you don't have one. So that's probably what they're doing. They're probably saving all the really good stuff for the last episode, which I am more than happy about. I am more than happy about that. Let's look at some more here. Classic Loki. Ugh. This dude. There we go. You're my favorite. That's so dang good, man. Oh, dude. Yes. I gotta bring that up, too. Good point, Anika. Yeah, dude. Boastful Loki said he had all the Infinity Stones. Again, though, maybe he did in his timeline, but you just can't trust Loki's, man. You don't know what if they're saying is true or not. But that was very jaw-dropping. That was funny. If it was a Loki controlling the whole thing, that would be so lame. Well, you might think so, but I really think they would sell it in a good way if that was the case. And you know what? Look at all the different variants. Maybe he's some giant Hulk Loki, or I don't know. But in my mind, that's what makes the most sense. I'm not saying you're wrong for not thinking it or not liking it, but that's just how I think. I almost feel like you could make a case that the TVA is too powerful to be created by a Loki. But then again, enchanting seems to be the way you could convince people to work for the TVA. Yeah. Even if it's a Loki variant, maybe he who remains is a Loki. He's in league with King, possibly post-credit moment at the very end meeting up with Renslayer. Absolutely. I mean, maybe he's like how Loki was Thanos's minion in Avengers. You know, he kind of was carrying out Thanos's goal on a much lower level in Avengers. Maybe, like you say, Loki's working for Kang, and this is his position. I don't know. Interesting stuff. It would be super hard for Marvel to introduce a big villain and kill it at the end of the same episode, while if some other Loki is the villain, then they would... Yeah, no, exactly. And then again, you're not introducing any majorly new characters, but it kind of... It hits home... The other thing I like about Loki being the big bad is this. It hits home the fact that there's other variants in different timelines that are completely different to the variants we're used to in the MCU timeline we've seen up to now. And we're going to see that in Spider-Man No Way Home. Everyone's denying all the Spider-Mans appearing, but we know it's going to happen. They're all in it. So we're going to have all the different timelines. I mean, this show is basically laying the footwork, or the groundwork, foundation for that exact thing. And I'm here for it. I'm digging it. I really like it. I think it's a sign of how far Loki has come that he didn't respond to boastful Loki with, well, I had a whole drawer of Infinity stuff. Yeah, totally. You know, yeah, he was... Again, that's why I think our friend right here said, you're my favorite one. Because this Loki's been the most grounded and not as narcissistic and evil as the others. It's pretty cool. Christian, the TVA treated the Infinity Stones with abandon like that was the magnum opus of Iron Man Endgame. To have this series throw that last saga in the trash like that proverbially demands a big bad. No, it's I wouldn't say it threw it in the trash completely, but I think it's setting the stage that what's to come is much bigger than Endgame. It's much bigger than Phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think that's what the whole Infinity Stones in the drawer thing was all about. It was just, look, what's happening next is bigger than this by far. This is nothing. Man, my inner comic book kid is coming out full force at 3 a.m. Yeah, dude. We're all geeking out over this stuff. It's hilarious. It's awesome. Thanks to Marvel and channels like yours who bring that out, kid me. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you joining and commenting. It's a lot of fun to react, and you've made some really good points tonight. So thanks again, Christian. From one Christian to another. Here we go. I can't get enough of classic Loki, dude. Stole the show, man. He stole the show. There it is right there. Glorious purpose. Amazing. Oh, at this point, he totally is. Totally is. Could the story classic Loki... let's see. Could the story classic Loki told about tricking Thanos be our Loki's way back into the MCU timeline? I mean, maybe. But, I mean, they just get one of those... I can't remember what they're called, but those little time door things. Our Loki can go anywhere in the timeline he wants with one of those things. And I have a feeling that if they do, like Mobius said, burn the TVA to the ground by the end of this series, some of those remnants, like that time travel thing, that might become one of Loki's things where he can, I don't know, maybe, maybe not, but we're going into a multiverse, so maybe. These guys are going to need ways to travel in within the multiverse. I don't know. That's an interesting point. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if... That's it. I never thought about that. What if it was a variant of Doctor Strange that was behind it all? And he was like an evil variant that was corrupted. That would be so crazy. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that would be epic. That would be so epic. Christians got to stick together in that way. Comic book geeks named Christian. That's is almost my destiny. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, more Twitter. Let's see here. They say Mobius has huge dad vibes sometimes. You should be careful just jumping into a stranger's car like that. Yeah, totally. You're my favorite. So good. I love it. He's so good. People were like, nope, it's going to be some chubby Thor. It's because you know this one is refreshed with the memory. And if Loki doesn't go back to Thor, I would wonder how Thor would react. Yeah, that would be crazy. Because he was so devastated when she died. But then, remember, Thor is off with the Guardians of the Galaxy last we saw him. So, who knows what he's going to be up to. Remember how classic Loki still remembered Asgard and made it just like Asgard? Yeah, that was really cool. Here we go. Loki's using their powers. With that flaming sword, that was so awesome. I'm loving it. The multiverse is just perfect for the MCU at this point. So many characters who can make cameos. Wonder how long it will be until RDJ gets talked into one. Yeah, and you know what else is so cool about the multiverse? They can bring back iconic characters like Captain America and cast them as a different actor, but they're just from a different timeline. So that kind of explains the whole why there's a different actor playing. It's just, it makes sense, and it seems like such an easy thing to get around. So... And like you said, think of all the different characters they can bring into this now. It's so cool. So amazing. They left Kid Loki open-ended. He'll be in the Young Avengers coming down the line. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He was great. And remember, he killed Thor. So he's pretty sinister. Because Strange projects the reality, so he created it all. Boom. That would be cool. We should expect the death of the original Loki in the last episode, as he don't have a place for him in Phase 4 or 5. I mean, I don't think he's going to die. Excuse me. Because why would Disney and Marvel dump so much money into a character like Loki, give him his own show, only to kill him off for the future? I mean, he's a money-making machine. People love him. And the thing that was so unique about him compared to everyone else in the MCU that is liked by kids and fans is he's kind of an anti-hero. He's good and bad. And there's not a lot of people in the MCU that are like that right now. So I don't think he's going anywhere. They're not going to kill him off. I like when Kid Loki says he killed Thor. Yeah, that was so cool. That was so surprising. Like, what? You guys decided to leave us on a cliffhanger like that. Here we go. Here is that castle we're talking about, man. Like, what? Like that. That almost looks like Sauron sticking out of that tower. But dude, who is in that castle? Who is in that castle? That is so awesome. Dude, I need to know more. It's going to be such a long wait until next week. It's going to be such a long wait. I'm going to die. You know what would be funny with Kid Loki? What if you remember in Thor Ragnarok, Thor told a story about how Loki turned into a snake and stabbed him? What if in that timeline, when that happened, Loki killed him on accident? That would be hilarious. And that's what Kid Loki's story was. They also did the same with Black Widow. I mean, yeah, but Black Widow's been around since basically the beginning, the second MCU movie, or the third, and you know, ScarJo is sick of it. She's done. She's gone. Look at Chris Evans. He's done. RDJ is done. Maybe I mean, he's done, but he's probably going to come back. But I don't think Loki's going anywhere. The end will see Loki go to Doctor Strange's movie. It's inevitable. Wanda and Loki will. Wanda brings up the story arc development and Loki with the comic relief and TVA storyline. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I'm sure the Multiverse of Madness will just be open, just as open ended as all the other MCU movies. It'll wrap up some minor story arc, but leave a bigger one open. Domino, weirdly reminiscent of Strucker's castle, honestly. Yeah, kinda. Oh man, so cool. It's sitting on a rock at the end of the time stream. I'm super pumped for next week. Longest 7 days. I know. We're gonna die. We are gonna die not knowing what is coming. So cool. What is this? Oh, that's so funny. People are loving it. Here you go. If you missed me showing it earlier, here's Throg. He's in the jar. Mjolnir, Throg. So good. So good. Throg. Dude, the GOAT. Seriously, this guy stole the show. Oh, look at how great that shot is. So good. You know, and it's interesting, like, it just, even this variant of Loki, they all kind of are anti-heroes, and they redeem themselves in the moments that matter, which means even though they're narcissistic and very selfish, ultimately they have good hearts. That was a very cool moment. I loved it so much. And then when he got his hand bit off, that was classic. So funny. That looked like it hurt. Yeah, will we ever get him back again? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. Nothing's impossible. Yes. I agree. Richard E. Grant is a treasure. So great. And it was so sad when the I'm drawing a blank of it. The big smoke monster ran him over, and then you saw his rusted out helmet. It was so sad. But he gave his life, man. He saved the day. What's your Nexus event? I killed Thor. What? Exactly. Oh yeah, Eliath. Thank you. I had been saying it earlier. It slipped my mind. Yeah, we didn't see a body. And you know what? It just dawned on me. Well, if his helmet was left behind, something was there. I was going to say maybe he was just a projection, but if his helmet was left when the Eliath went over him, yeah, he's probably gone. Sadly. That was another thing with the void. There were a lot of really cool ruins in the background. If you were paying attention, I think you definitely saw. Uh, it wasn't Thanos' ship. It was a Kree ship, I think. And oops, I don't want to tweet. There was a lot of really cool stuff. There was a random. It looked like a helicopter that said Thanos on it, or a tank or something really strange. I did love how old Loki's story about escaping Thanos was exactly what all the fan theories were hoping for when we were in denial. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I didn't think about that, but that's a very, very true. Let's see here. Yeah, there were so many great shots in this. That was really cool. I was a little disappointed we didn't get more with this character, but I can understand why we didn't get a lot. But it was pretty funny. I liked it. Some of these shots were so cool. And you know what the Eliath actually reminded me of as an 80s kid? It reminded me a lot of the Nothing from the Neverending Story. And I don't I don't know Marvel Comics well enough to know if the Eliath is actually a thing in the comics. But if it's not, it'd be interesting if it was inspired by something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Like the Nothing. Oh, dude, I want to make this my phone wallpaper. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, the Thanos helicopter. That was strange. I saw that. The warship that dropped in was the infamous Philadelphia experiment vessel. Oh, was it? That's cool. I didn't notice that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, as I thought, everyone's losing their mind over classic Loki. He's so good. Yeah, the Loki snuggles was so precious. The blankets and this snuggling together. Aww. There was a lot of love in this episode. God, I can't get over this. I want to know. And that yellow thing on top. What is that? What is that? Like I said, it reminds me of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. But man, what a gorgeous shot with the green and the So cool. So good. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes to that, yeah. Mind Flayer, totally. I got the same vibe. The Void very much gave me Upside Down vibes, totally. I totally agree. Yep, there we go. Yep, that looks like a frog. I would be interesting to note T365. Huh. Is that Thor number 365? Is that a Throg comic? Thor Volume 1, 365. Is that right? Yeah. Hold on. Guess who's coming to dinner? According to the Marvel database, Thor 365 is the introduction of Throg. 100%. That's really funny. Yep, there you go. They like to put their numbers on there to reference it. So Thor issue 365 is the introduction of Throg. I just looked it up on Google. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is the name. Featured characters: Thor the Frog. Yeah, that's really funny. Oh, there you go. They're giving us the Easter eggs to tell us. Oh, these guys got some high res pictures. Yeah, see, there he's in like a frog stance for sure. Throg and Mjolnir. It's interesting. I wonder if Throg was worthy, wouldn't he technically be able to pull Mjolnir to him? I don't know. Here you go. There we go. The Thanos helicopter. What is that all about? Yeah, at this point, it's funny. Who said that here? Domino's says this. The MCU has the best product placement. Dude, at this point, seriously, at basically every car license plate in an MCU movie is calling out a certain comic book issue. I've stopped looking them up because they all are something like that. But I do appreciate the number on that jar because this right here, that confirms that it is Throg, which is so good. So glad that happened. Loki really blows WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier straight out of the water. Yeah, it's really solid. It's really good. I really liked WandaVision. It kind of surprised me, and it also surprised me that Falcon and the Winter Soldier wasn't as good. I was hoping that would be amazing, but it was okay. Definitely though, Loki's the best. Definitely. Well, guys, it's getting late. I might be wrapping this up pretty soon. So much to look at, so much to digest. Um, it's been a lot of fun talking to you guys in the chat and hearing your input and just geeking out over the stuff we just watched and maybe sharing theories and what we think's going to happen. I just don't know what is going to happen in this next episode. I can't wait to find out what that castle is all about. Who's the big baddie behind the curtains? There's just so many unanswered questions, and we got to wait 7 days to find out. I'm going to die. But again, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so that next time I do this, you can take part and join in. And if you're new to the channel, I do these with every Marvel and Star Wars show on Disney Plus, and maybe I'll do it for some others coming down the pike. I'm really excited for the next Stranger Things season, so maybe I'll do it for that. We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. I'm also on social media, almost every platform, Instagram and Twitter, mostly Twitter. I will respond to every message I get on there, so if you want to hit me up there, you can see it right up there above Thanos' hand. And I'm also on TikTok, where I post content several times a week, do some fun videos, and most of it's movie trivia type, did you know, random lesser known facts. I have a lot of fun with that. And you can find some of those videos right here on my YouTube channel. So thanks so much for joining, guys. Domino, yep, go to sleep, dad guy. Yep, that's me. I'm the dad guy. Anyway, I appreciate you all. Thanks for joining in the conversation and making this so much fun. And we'll see you next week, and we'll find out how this whole shebang is going to wrap up. I can't wait. Till then, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Wednesday.